We have some tiny, fast, portable SSDs for your Mac. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel. So here we go again. I'm going to continue this series of introducing some companies that you may never have heard of before. As companies send me products, if the products test well, I put them on my channel. And while this isn't a long-term review, I go ahead and just do real-time tests and I put the data out there for you guys to review, and you can take it as it is. Okay, so what do I have for you today? Sitting right over here, I have a couple different products from a company called MoveSpeed, all right? And who are they? So if you go to Amazon over here, a lot of times I'm on Amazon and I see this, I saw this company before. They make M.2 drives and a whole bunch of different SSD drives. You can see here, but look at the rating, 4.5 out of 5, 403 reviews. And I'm always thinking, I want to test these products. I've never heard of these guys before. Are they any good? This is actually a pretty big company. They make a whole bunch of different things. Here's their main website right here. You can see it. They make external drives like this, world's first 4-in-1 battery-powered portable SSD with the battery, believe it or not. Actually, let me scroll down over here. They actually have these little drives here that connect to your phone. They actually have security passwords built into them. They do a whole bunch of different things, including these little thumb drives, which I'm going to talk about today. So in long story short, it's a company that does a lot with SSDs and external storage, and we're going to be testing them on a Mac today to see if they're any good. All right, so today I actually have two different products I'm going to be testing, and these are these little portable SSD drives. And the way I want to classify this after my testing is one of them is really good, and one of them is even better. So stay tuned for all the benchmarks and all the results like that, because they're going to be coming in this video to show you some real-world tests. Now, before I get into the products from MoveSpeed, you've probably seen these kind of little flash drives you can buy. You can get them at Micro Center. I have one from Micro Center over here. I have one from Kodak right here. This Kodak one wasn't one of the better ones I've ever tested. But the problem with these little flash drives is they're really inexpensive, but they really suck to actually move a lot of data, right? They're not that good with moving a lot of data. And so, for instance, like this Kodak one right here, if you do a Blackmagic test on it, you might get up to 80 or 100 megabytes per second on the Blackmagic test. But when you want to actually transfer data, I did a 10 gigabyte data test, so I transferred 10 gigabytes. You can see here, it took 4 minutes, all right? So we're getting 42 megabytes per second, and that's actually one of the fastest ones I've tested on this type of drive. So that obviously puts, obviously that's an issue, right? You want to buy these things, but these are for tiny little files. And this is where MoveSpeed comes in, because they're offering these products now that are actually so much faster. So instead of these slower drives over here, I'm going to be testing two much faster drives by MoveSpeed. And the first one over here is the least expensive option of the two. And it's a little bit slower, but it's still really good compared to those cheap flash drives down there. So for instance, first of all, this one's actually, the model number on this one's called the SP05. You can see it right on the side of it. I'll show you some close-ups. And the beauty of this thing is it's about the same size as these flash drives. It's very, very small, very, very portable. You can travel with them. It's also got this slider in the front. You can slide it to USB-C or USB-A depending on what you want there. Keep in mind that USB-C is always the best way to go. If you can, you're going to get faster speeds that way. Full metal construction. You can step on this thing. It seems very, very solid. It's got a nice carrying strap as well, but just very solid overall. The beauty of these things is, obviously, like I said, you can go to the coffee shop. You can do a whole bunch of things with this, and you can plug it into your iPhone. You can, record in ProRes and stuff like that directly onto one of these things. So if you do video recording on your iPhone, you can also connect it. It's also Windows PC compatible as well. Now, one thing to note too, this came as exFAT formatted, and it performed really well. I actually went in and tried to format it more for a Mac. It didn't give me APFS as an option, but I did Mac OS Journal. I did it on this, and it was a little bit faster, maybe 3% faster. It could just be error. So my testing will be with, obviously, the Mac formatting. But you can leave it as exFAT if you want it to work on both PC and Windows. A Mac and PC, Windows PC. I'm getting tongue-tied here. You get the idea, though. Long story short, you can use it either way. It's going to work right around the same speeds. Okay, before we do the test, let me just show you the price really quickly here on Amazon. You can see over here, this is the 1 terabyte version. It's $79.99. There actually is, look for coupons and sales. There's a 15% coupon right now, so it's going to bring this down considerably. You can also get this in 128, 256, 512, all the way up to 2 terabytes. You can see down here. There's a huge range in here. This one says it's good up to 560 megabytes per second read speed. So overall, we're going to go ahead and test this. Again, you can go in here and see all the different, all the different information. I'm going to have the links in the description if you want to check this out, plus MoveSpeed's website. But overall, like I said, the claim to fame of this is the size of it and the speed of it. How much faster is this going to be than these flash drives over here? So we're going to do some testing now. Okay, really quickly, my test setup. I'm going to be testing on an M4 Pro Mac Mini sitting over there. I'll be testing in the front ports and the back ports. The front ports are 10 gigabit per second ports. The back ports are Thunderbolt 5. So just keep that in mind. Your setup might be different. It may, give you different results. The thing about testing these little flash drives too is they can usually heat up. So I'm going to be Blackmagic I'm not going to test here because I've noticed with these Blackmagic sometimes can be, it's not really accurate because it'll show you a faster speed than it really gets. But when you try to transfer a lot of data on these little drives like this, it'll really ramp off. So I'm going to be doing a 10 gigabyte data test, transferring 10 gigabytes in time. I'm going to do it a number of times and kind of give you the average of all of them. And we're going to see exactly how fast this is by moving 10 gigabytes of data on this little drive. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at my screen over here. Let's just go ahead and move this test over and we'll drop it in here. This is 10 gigabytes of files. I think there's like 10 files in there. And we're going to see how long it takes on this little drive here. So it's obviously 9.99 gigabytes, close enough, right? I'm going to go ahead and time this and we're going to do the math on this to see exactly how fast this is. We're going to just wait it out here because it's not going to take that long. We'll see here. We're up to about 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds. We'll get there in a second, I promise you. It's going to top out right here, about 22.7 seconds. So what does that equate to? Okay, you can see on my screen right here, it's 440 megabytes per second, 440 megabytes per second on that little drive. Really actually a fast drive for what it is. Think about it for a second. We're moving 10 gigabytes of data straight. This is a real number here. Compared to this over here, this took 22 seconds to move that 10 gigabytes of data. These other flash drives, including the fastest one I had, the Kodak one, it took over 4 minutes. So there's the main difference there, 22 seconds versus 4 minutes. That's why you pick this up. One of the best results I've tested on an inexpensive device like this, like I said, these usually will heat up, and this one doesn't appear to be doing it. Now, we're only doing 10 gigabytes. We're going to test the other one and see if it's any faster. It should be. And then we're going to test the other one at 50 gigabytes as well to see actually 50 gigabytes of data transfer to see if it actually heats up itself. And then we're going to come back and then wrap up the video. Okay, now the second one. This is the more expensive one, but a little bit more advanced for you. The design is very similar. You can see it in my hand here. I'll show you some close-ups. This model is called the SP20. So the other one was the SP5. This is the SP20. Also by MoveSpeed here. Same thing. It's got this little thing on the front slider. You can go to USB-A or USB-C, however you want to do it, USB-C, USB-A. So that actually works really well. And just really solid full metal alloy construction as well. And it comes with this nice little carrying strap. So let's go ahead and take a look at the price of this first and see why this is different. All right, so right here on Amazon, here's the second one here. Again, this is called the, let me just get it, the SP20. And this is going to be the MoveSpeed 1 terabyte. So 1 terabyte is $119.99. You can see in here you can get 2 terabytes, but even 512 gigabytes here is $79.99. I think this is a very fair price for this one. The main difference between this one and the other one, as far as the sizes, this one, the second one's just a little bit longer. I'll show you some pictures. Just a little bit bigger, but maybe by like a half of an inch or something. Very, very solid. This one, though, this one says up to 2100 megabytes per second, and it says TLC. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit more reliable here. It's also saying USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 USB Type-C. Now, on my Mac, I don't have Gen 2x2, so we can't really test that. So we might even get faster speeds on a Windows computer that has that. Macs don't have that, but I will be testing it on, well, I actually did test it on the front ports of my Mac Mini and the Thunderbolt 5 ports. And again, I got very similar results, so I'm going to be just showing you the results I got because they're all within the region of error there. And we're going to see how this one performs overall as well. Now, some of the claim to fame of this one is it actually has charts in here showing that this one will not drop off either over a long period of time. It's going to maintain that speed. Unlike almost any of the drives that I've tested like this, that these things get really hot. Can this thing actually perform well, and how well can it do? Okay, so here's the first test again. We're going to do 10 gigabytes first, and the second one here, we're going to click on it and click this down here. Let's just see how long it takes to move 10 gigabytes of files. We can see it's quite a bit faster here. It's moving really quickly. So we're only around, what, 8 seconds, 9 seconds. What do we get? About 9.9. I might even stop that a little bit slow here, but about 9.9 seconds because I started a little bit slow as well. So what does this equate to as far as speed? Okay, look up here, 1,010 megabytes per second. Think about that for a second. That's actually really fast, and that's a 10 gigabyte test. It's not just a Blackmagic test or anything like that. So with a device this small, moving 10 gigabytes of data is actually one of the best I've tested so far on any device this size. So I want to just put it out there. So we don't know though. I mean, it's 10 gigabytes, it's limit. Is there a cache on this? So we're going to go ahead and test now 50 gigabytes of data, and we're going to see if it holds true, where they're saying that this thing will not kind of drop off over time. Let's just take a look at 50 gigabytes to see if we get any differences. Okay, if you look at my screen, we got 50 gigabytes right now. I'm going to move it over here, and we're going to let this go. Now, this is going to take, obviously, quite a bit longer because it's going to be 5 times the amount of data here. We can see it moving, but I'll skip ahead here, and we'll come back, and then we'll tell you exactly what the results are. Okay, we're getting near the end of it right here. Let's just see where we top out. 51.5 seconds to move 50 gigabytes of data on this tiny little kind of flashish drive. It's really an SSD, though. So what does this equate to on speed? Let's go ahead and do the calculation. Okay, so here we go. We can see on my screen here, we're going to do the calculation right now. It comes to about 970 megabytes per second. So even by going from 10 gigabytes of data transfer up to 50, we lost like only 30 megabytes per second. And that's incredible for this, actually. It's really good. It's like I said, the reason I wanted to do a video on this is because it's one of the best ones I've tested so far on real data tests. Of course, you can put this in Blackmagic, and you're going to get numbers up here, down there. You're going to get numbers around, but you have to do the real data test. Not only did I test this a number of times, I tested it like 5 times each. I tested it on the front ports and the back ports, and it was very, very similar there. So there's not much of a difference there in results. Again, you got to look at my test setup, though. I'm using an M4 Pro Mac Mini for all it's worth. I just wanted to let that, people know that in case they're testing another device and they're not seeing the exact same results. One thing to note too is I was testing on a Mac over there, and I don't have the Gen 2x2 set up to test it, so you might even get faster results. According to their website over here, here's the testing platform on a Windows computer with that Gen 2x2 20 gigabit per second ports, and you can see that they got considerably faster speeds here. Now again, this is actually going to just be a crystal mark test. When I did a Blackmagic test, I got faster speeds as well. I'm guessing this is going to level off and come down to closer maybe to 1,000 to 1,200 megabytes per second, even with this. I don't know for sure, but overall, I think this is, you can expect maybe a little bit faster results on a Windows machine that gets 2x2. Okay, one last thing right over here. Here's our little graph in here, and it says stable writing speeds, and we definitely saw that up to 50 gigabytes of data transfer. I didn't test any more because I think that's a fair test for a drive this size. Then down here, you can see these are what the other ones do. Now, from all my testing, a lot of these other ones do this. You can transfer only so much. It hits a cache or it heats up and it drops down. So this is going to be perfect for like ProRes, video recording on your iPhone, for a whole bunch of other devices and like that. And while you may not get this speed, you might just we might get that for a quick burst. Even here, it's telling you, like, look at this. It's saying it's about 1,200 right here. So I'm guessing even with like Gen 2x2 and things like that, obviously you're going to get around 1,200. But overall, it's still the best in class that I've tested so far on these small devices. Just one thing to note as well, while the company did send me the products, they did not actually tell me what to say. They didn't even see the video before I released it. They said, go ahead and test it, make the video, and we're going to sit back and watch. That's all they did. I just wanted to make sure that was in the video so people understand the situation. Okay, so my final thoughts on this. Well, the build quality is really good. It's from a company that, like I said, I've never really dealt too much with, and sometimes you have to take chances. One of them is actually called the SP05. That's the first one. Very good, up to about 400 and something megabytes per second. This is good for most people, just moving data, transferring data. You're not waiting a half hour like a flash drive. And it's a little bit cheaper option. The other one actually is one of the best performers in this class as far as this size. This is the SP20, a little bit more expensive. You can get all different sizes as well. But I've tested this up to 50 gigabytes of data, and it performs well. I even tested this one as well over here, 50 gigabytes, and it performed the exact same. So I can't complain, right? So I would recommend these, but again, I've only done these short term. I'm one person. I've only have 2 devices in my hand. I've only done the test I've shown you. So you have to do your own research out there. And obviously different setups are going to matter. I just want to kind of introduce you to this company. Sometimes if you try these things, you just never know what you're going to get. In this case, we got some good results here, and I wanted to share them. So we will talk to you the next one. Peace.